Alright guys, where do we see a fire? Because I do not see one. It is currently, look at my phone, January 10 at 1:10.
In episode 12 of season 18, titled Little Big Girl, Springfield faces a devastating wildfire that threatens the town and its residents. Bart, in one of his pranks, ends up causing a fire that quickly spirals out of control, highlighting the vulnerability of communities in the face of natural disasters. The scenes in this episode are eerily similar to recent events. Wildfires spreading across various regions, property destruction, and the relentless efforts of firefighters to contain the flames. Coincidence, or yet another unsettling prediction? The Simpsons have always kept us on alert, but this time, the message is clear and frightening.
So you're telling me Arby's, Perkins, Hooters, Cracker Barrel, Sweet Tomatoes are not money laundering schemes? Because those companies have been around for so long and it just doesn't make sense. I've seen a few where I live and nobody's ever in the parking lot. Nobody's ever actually going to these places. Yet where they are located is prime real estate. Like, when was the last time that you went to any of these locations? Arby's commercials would come on all the time on TV, and now not a single one. Yet they're still open. When was the last time you went to Arby's? Arby's claims that they sell tens of millions of sandwiches a year. What is this? You're telling me tens of millions of people are buying this sandwich? Yet they made $4.5 billion in 2022? Honestly, something isn't right. None of these places ever have customers, and their food is trash. So I would really love it if anybody in the comments literally said that they go to any of these places at least a few times a month, because there's just no way. So to prove this theory wrong, that they're not money laundering, please comment and let me know, because I don't believe it.
What do y'all think is going on with Arby's? Because she's 100% right. Never in real life or on social media do I ever hear anybody say, "Oh, I want to get some Arby's today." Ever. So what is really going on with them?
Smithfield Foods is owned by the Chinese government. How many of y'all have seen Smithfield pork in the grocery stores? We do not have a lot of American ranchers left that produce pork anymore. They have totally uprooted our system and our ranchers here in the U.S. So if you guys can, go find a local pork producer and support them, whether it's for your bacon or sausage, pork chops, shoulder butts, or anything like that. Our American pork ranchers are hurting right now. They need your help. So if you guys can, please go out, support them. And as always, guys, buy American, buy local, and God bless.
Smithfield's being owned by China? I'm speechless.
Are you fucking kidding me? Absolutely not.
Just put that in the total. Wow, what is that? What kind of social experiment is that?
Y'all, look at what Elon Musk had to say about 2040.
I think if you say like 2040, probably there are more humanoid robots than there are people.
So anywhere over 10 billion. Yeah.
Yes.
And your price point on these humanoid robots?
Yeah, the price point will be, I think, quite low. Probably $25,000 for a robot that can do anything.
Like I've been telling y'all, 2025 is the checkpoint year for all of these AIs and robots to start coming out. Just like Nuketown 2025, where everything got technological and AI. And overall, their plan is to download human consciousness to these robots. It's crazy because I've always known that humanity would head this direction since I was literally a kid. Like, I've always known why I incarnated here and what will go down here.
The only people that are going to have a job is the ones that are fixing these robots.
You need to be made aware of this popular chocolate brand that has now been found to have high levels of toxic heavy metals.
If you've ever had Lindt chocolate, you might be part of a massive class action lawsuit. Lindt chocolate is in big trouble because they're currently being sued for alleged false advertising, deceptive trade practices, and many other violations of consumer law. Why do you ask? Well, apparently we've found significant levels of lead and cadmium in their chocolate products, and they've allegedly known about this since 2014. But the best part is their defense. Lindt chocolate is alleging that it wasn't exactly false advertising, advertising because they never claimed that they didn't have lead or cadmium in their chocolate product. But then the judge refuted that claim and he was like, nice try, because you're still advertising your products as generally safe to the reasonable consumer, which would lead them to believe that your products don't have lead and cadmium in them. And then Lint was like, well, that's not exactly true because no one's gotten sick yet. And then the other side was like, we probably shouldn't wait for someone to die from cancer for you to be held liable.
Why is it always lead? And how are they getting it inside these products? Somebody let me know down below. Unsettling is here. Everyone's 20. We're truly living in a sci-fi movie.
If you eat at Burger King, then you need to watch this video. I know when a lot of you go to Burger King, you're not expecting like a gourmet meal, but you have to keep in mind, and I want you to know how these burgers are made. And we did a few videos about that. And if you're still eating there, looking and seeing all the stuff that I've been talking about, and it does seem a little repetitious to keep telling you the same thing over and over, but you need to know, you need to see it, and you need to understand it. Your gut will thank you. Your body will thank you. Let me know your thoughts about this one. And if you're enjoying our videos and you want to see more just like this one, go ahead, give us a follow, and please stay safe and stay healthy.
Since a lot of people are making a change in their diet and have been for quite a while, I wonder how much their sales have declined, or if it has at all.
Is this safe?
Dang. And this is for propane?
This is just for propane.
Look at that line.
We're gonna try and drop some groceries off. Holy shit.
And the other direction too.
Oh my god. That is to get heat, buddy, so people can be warm tonight.
Oh my god.
No, it's not their house. They're just here to get some heat, buddy. Oh, is it going around?
It keeps going.
It goes around?
It goes around. Oh, I don't even see the end.
Oh my god.
That's one of the...
Some of these people that are waiting are going to run out of gas, and some of them are going to finally pull up to the front and they're going to have no propane left.
Most Americans don't know how powerful and important California is. California has a total GDP of approximately $3.6 trillion, which is the highest in the country. California's economy is so big that if it was to be an independent country, then California's economy would be bigger than countries like India, United Kingdom, and France. California is a center of innovation, particularly Silicon Valley, which is home to some of the world's leading technology companies such as Google, Apple, Facebook, and is a major hub for startups. California is also very big on agriculture. The Central Valley in California grows over 230 types of crops. $21 billion alone comes from exporting agricultural goods from California, as California produces 80% of the world's almonds and accounts for over 90% of the U.S. production of processed tomatoes. California also produces over 90% of American wines. California is also the most populous state with a population of 39 million, which means the state of California has more people than all of Canada, and being the most populous states, California also has 55 electoral votes, which is the highest number of electoral votes for a state in presidential elections.
Yo, Titanic.
Check this out. This was yesterday at 11:30 p.m. Look how bright the sky looks. It looks like daytime.
There's no way that that's 11:30 p.m.
Now hold on. You'll see a video of tonight's sky, and you'll notice how dark it is.
It's like daytime out here. Oh, look at that. So this is the following night. Now look at the sky. See, there's still snow on the ground. So the bright sky had nothing to do with the snow yesterday. Because today we had dark skies. And we still have snow on the ground.
I had it as a kid and I turned out fine. Gatorade back then versus now. McDonald's French fries back then versus now. Ben & Jerry's ice cream then versus now. Ritz crackers then versus now. It's not a matter of you having it back then and us not allowing it now. It's a matter of foods today being completely different as they were back then. They are loaded with toxic ingredients and things that are harming our health and our children's health at an exponential rate.
Can y'all say warfare in the comments? Because
What exactly do you mean?
I think it's amazing that, like, think of the farmer shortages or, like, hunting and farming is a thing of the past because we literally have, like, grocery stores and we can order a pizza, like, whenever we want. And so we don't have to worry about...
What are you talking about?
The age of farming is virtually over because we can just go to the grocery store or we could call in a pizza.
Where do you think the stuff gets to the grocery store from?
What do you mean?
Like, where does the grocery store get its groceries?
The grocery store has its own, like, infinite supply.
Do you know that every Costco is selling 100 million rotisserie chicken in the US alone?
So that means that over 100 million people are feeding themselves and their families with this toxic ingredient carrageenan.
Carrageenan is used as a preservative in the chicken, but in some cases it's been linked to very negative outcomes, including cancer.
Studies shows that carrageenan may be correlated to GI problems, colon cancer, and liver cancer.
While $4.99 for the Costco chicken may seem like a great deal, it is not a risk worth taking for you and your family's health.
Share it with a friend who buys Costco chicken and is not aware how damaging it is.
Costco's chicken is my go-to. Why would they do this to me?
The woman is currently going viral because of the necklace she was wearing when she was giving an update of the Los Angeles fires. She is currently wearing an upside-down cross. She's on the board of supervisors for Los Angeles County, and she is the ex-mayor of West Hollywood. Now, I know the upside-down cross could mean a number of things. It could mean the St. Peter's cross, but it could also mean a lot of other things. Now, I feel like someone that is on TV a lot, especially talking about a very important subject, especially being the ex-mayor of West Hollywood, I feel like they know that wearing something like this would bring controversy because it's not something you see very often, and of course because of the meanings, but I'm very curious to know what you guys think about this.
I think that she's doing it on purpose, and it's clear to see what they are all up to and what they're all about. And it's that simple.
Okay, we've got to talk about this. You've probably seen a post like this saying that 7 planets will be lined up perfectly on January 25th. But is it true? Sadly, no. But behind the misinformation, there is an amazing sight to look forward to in the sky this month. So what's wrong here? First, the planets won't be lined up behind each other like this. This is technically possible, but it will only happen every 396 billion years. Our sun is only 4.5 billion years old, and it will be dead in another 5 billion years, so we'll almost certainly never see this happen. And it's definitely not happening on January 25th. Planets will line up across Earth's evening sky this month. But because they orbit our sun on a flat plane, the planets always move along a single line in our sky, and we call this line the ecliptic. But here's the good news. The January 2025 evening sky is amazing for planets. You won't see 7 at once, since Mercury's in the morning sky, and Neptune and Uranus are too faint to see without optical aid. But 4 bright planets, Mars, Jupiter, Venus and Saturn, are all clearly visible at the same time, in one of the best planetary displays we've seen in years. Oh, and it's not just January 25th. These 4 planets will be up for all of January. Start looking after sunset as soon as the sky gets dark. And take in the feeling of being inside a 3-dimensional solar system, travelling through space alongside those other worlds you see in your sky.
I'm glad he debunked it because I really thought that all the planets were going to be aligned. I thought that was going to be super dope.
So, have y'all ever, been to a store or something, like ran in Walmart or somewhere quick, and then whenever you actually start shopping in the store and everything, you start noticing that people start popping up from everywhere? It's because you are like the main character in this reality. Like, just you even receiving this message through this video, it's like you talking to yourself still. It's still a part of your consciousness. So whenever you pull up somewhere, right, you will attract a lot of other people all around. That's why I say it's important to always have your frequency in your mind in a positive matter, because you attract what you put out. So the more you are vibrating in a positive matter, right, those are the types of encounters that you will have. So all those people that are pulling up, you will have a bunch of positive encounters, which will just always steadily increase your vibrations.
So Oregon sent 60 fire trucks to California to help with the wildfires in LA, but they've been held up by the bureaucrats in Sacramento until they submit to DOT emissions inspections. They can't go any further until they get their emissions checked. California can't help but to destroy itself. Get out while you can.
The same thing happened when the help trucks were coming in for North Carolina and they stopped them midway and would not let them through.
I'm in LA near the Eaton wildfires, dropping off small amounts of supplies, and I want to talk about firefighters real quick. Around 2,000 of the firefighters that are battling these fires are prisoners, and they're being paid $1 a day. California, over the last 15 to 20 years, has pushed a system that requires us to rely on prisoners for slave labor. The small amount of pay is not what's pushing these prisoners to risk their lives. It's that on average, they get about 2 days off their sentence for every day that they work. Almost all of the prisoners that do this job work hand in hand with CAL FIRE. The only difference is the prisoners are usually used to do the most dangerous jobs. The other issue is that is around 2,000 jobs that are being robbed from these communities. And California says on average they save about $100 million a year from this program. This is strictly a system to siphon profits and risk the lives of people that have already been dehumanized and cast away from society. And I'd like you to keep in mind, even when they get out of prison, they are not allowed to become firefighters.
Getting weird. Damn! I know that shit hurt.
Not in a million years.
In case you're still somehow unaware of how much of an absolute scam the FDA is, this week Costco was forced by the Food and Drug Administration to recall 80,000 pounds of Costco brand butter because the label did not explicitly say product contains milk. It's butter. It's butter. So now news articles are coming out telling people how they can safely dispose of their butter recalled because it contains milk. Butter. I don't know about you guys, but I got a big old batch of Good Rancher steaks in the freezer. I've got a lot of holiday baking to do. If you or a loved one happen to purchase Costco brand butter, you may be entitled to drop that off at my house for free. I cannot wait for RFK to just clean house at the frickin' FDA.
FDA is a joke and always was. I'm so happy to be back to watch these videos with you guys. I hope that you join me tonight, and I appreciate you so much. To anybody new that is joining our family, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video down below, and hit that notification bell as well so you can be notified every time a new video is released. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. As always, be good, do right. Everything is everything, and I will catch you on the next one.